me being on like, every practice we have like a scout team and stuff like that. Sometimes when I go over on the other side, even though a bit of a contributor off the bench, just being on the other side, emulating what the other bigs are gonna do, really helps BJ out, helps him out with his toughness and his physicality that he has to bring for these games. So yeah, I appreciate that, and that's why I wanted to do. So yeah.
Going to Sunday for this next game, what's the mindset after Tennessee?
It was a great victory against a top 5 team. Yeah, the top 5 in the country. But we just staying humble and staying focused. We have a job to do, and we always say. Well, I always say. I've been saying it for about 2, maybe 3 weeks now. The AP poll comes out every Monday, but we have to really maintain focus and worry about next game. And this is the game we're worried about right now, and we're not underestimating them at all. Because they have a pretty darn good record, and they beat us last time at our house. So we got to bring the pain and bring that kind of revenge mentality back in Athens.
Is the AP poll something you even look at, or do you just hear it from like word of mouth? And if so, like what's kind of your opinion on just how they've kind of perceived y'all? I
mean, I glance at it, but it's just at the end of the day, it's a bunch of analysts, and they have their opinions, and most of the time, I don't really think it's that hard to pick who are like the top 10 teams in the country, just based off of talent and credentials and stuff like that. But everybody has their opinion, and their opinion this week and the week before didn't have us in the top 25. But I don't really look at stuff like that, because regardless, I feel like we're having a good resume this season, and regardless if we're top 25 by the end of this season or not, I feel like we have a really good team, and we're going to go really deep in March.
I know that's the voters, but just from the other teams around the country, how do you think their perception of you guys has changed in the last 2 months from a competition standpoint?
We heard a lot of talk, week schedule, stuff like that, but we really didn't pay attention to that, and we just kept our head down. And I told everybody, because I've been in the SEC my whole college career, so I told everyone, all the transfers, all the freshmen, that when we came into the SEC, it's going to get way tougher and more physical. And I feel like we got off to a 6-2 start. We got punched in the mouth a couple times, but I feel like everybody has stepped it up, and elevated themselves to a different level ever since the SEC season started.
Josh, is any part of you surprised about the record you guys have had so far and what you've been able to do?
I feel like, besides my first year here, my first year in college, I feel like this is one of the best records I've ever had or, ever been a part of. And I feel like the good thing about what makes me feel good about it is that, I'm actually contributing to these wins, and, the team, whether it be helping out with the physicality, emulating the physicality of the other teams during practice, or going in, coming off the bench, getting a bunch of rebounds, and then playing big like I know I can. So, it feels great. At first, I didn't believe it. Jacoby and I are like the only two here that's been here the longest. So I always have talks with him, and I'm like, can you believe that we're 18-3? And he's just like, nah, I can't believe it either. But we're still keeping our heads down, and we're just enjoying the moment, and we're just taking it one day at a time.
Beating Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, all within a week, and then obviously there's still a lot of basketball to be played. How do you guys make sure you don't have a let-up of any kind?
Practice. We had the off day yesterday, and then today we really grinded at each other during practice. We got the main team versus the scout team. The main team, we were on defense a lot, like the first 40 minutes of practice. We're just, a lot of people are complimenting us on our defense, so we just really want to, stick to that, what's making us great, staying solid and holding each other accountable and stuff like that. And, just taking it, like I said, just taking it one day at a time. We're not getting too cocky, we know you know, how they had us, how they perceived us, you know, preseason. But we're not, you know, not letting that get to our head now. Now that we're, you know, really big on the SEC right now.